Hello, little Commodores. It's writing time, and I am done with my fall break story and taking my kids to Hocking Hills, and I'm getting ready to write a new story. You might be ready to write a new story, and that's great. You can join the fun with me, or you might still be working on your old story, and that's fine too. It's work on whatever is best for you. And some of you might choose to stop the story you've been working on, put it in your folder, and just begin a new one with me. That's okay as well. But in order for me to start writing a new story, I need to think of a new true story to write, a new narrative. And our first step is just to think. Think about something that's happened or something you did. I know I'm going to write a yoga story. I love yoga. Then our next step is to practice and practice telling the story in your best storyteller voice. Let me think. Oh, I know. It was virtual yoga time. I put my mat on the floor and connected my phone. And then Miss Christie told us to lay down and relax. And then she said it was time for downward dog. Yuck, I hate downward dog. But something started to play with my hair. And then Early jumped on my head. What a bird brain. Oh, that's about 4 pages. I think I'm going to do that story. Let me see. I told who was in that story. It was Early, and it was me, and I told what happened. But, I didn't say where we were at. Let me see if I can say it again to myself and make sure to say where we were at. It was virtual yoga time. I put my mat on the floor in my living room and connected my phone. Miss Christie told us to lay down and relax. It was time for downward dog. Yuck. Something started to play with my hair. And then Early jumped on my head. What a bird brain. So I told who was in my story. I told what we were doing. And I said where we were at. Okay. Now I think I'm ready to get my writing pages out and start telling my story across the pages. And as I was telling it to myself and planning it out, I figured out I had 4 pages. I need 4 pages for my story. So now I have my pages ready. I'm going to point. I'm going to look at my page, and I'm going to tell my story. This is my planning period. And it helps me prepare and visualize what I'm going to be placing on the pages. So it was virtual yoga time. I put my mat on the floor in my living room and connected my phone. And then that's my cue to turn the page. Miss Christie told us to lay down and relax. And then it was time for downward dog. Yuck. Something started to play with my hair. And then Early jumped on my head. What a bird brain. I'm going to practice my story and telling it across the pages a few more times before I put it up. I'd like for you guys to do it as well. The goal for today is to recall an event and turn that event into a true story, just like I did. Narrating the story in the correct order and describing your reaction or feeling in response to that event. And you kind of worked with me today as I told you my yoga story about early, or with early. Now it's your turn, if you're choosing to begin a new narrative, to think of what you want to write about and start planning it and saying it to yourself in your best storyteller voice, and then telling it across the pages. I wish all my little Commodores well.